on, guys? It's your girl Lala coming at you. Welcome back to another video of the challenge, Double Agents, episode 3. Welcome back. We're right back into it, and I see a quick clip. Like, whose wig is that, CT? Is that Big T's wig? I love them. So Big T and CT have combined their names and now they're called Big CT. I'm gonna tell you something, I don't wanna fuck with that team at all. So I love that Big T is really bringing the soft side of CT back out. We haven't seen that in a very, very long time. We all know why. It's really sad, okay? The last time we saw CT open up his heart was when DM was still alive and on the challenge. Big T kind of has some DM vibes. Like, she's very positive. She's so funny. She's very energetic and outgoing, and I think that's what CT needs in his life, at least to stay in the game for a little bit longer so he doesn't look like a target, because Big T is a really good social player. She's friends with almost everyone. That's somebody you need on your side. At the house, Fessy tells all the guys that there's a secret vote and it's not so secret anymore. Why would you do that? Why would you tell, like, I get it, you've been double agents for the last 2 episodes and you're fearful that you're not going to be a double agent for the 3rd episode, but why would you tell everybody that their votes are not so secret? It doesn't seem like a good idea, and I guess the only reason why he did that was to tell everyone that Kyle is working with everyone. But what you did instead was flip it, so Kyle used that information against you, and he basically tells Wes that the stupid brigade is all out to get him. So not only did you completely tell everyone that their secret vote is not so secret, you tried to flip it on Kyle so Kyle would look like the bad guy, and instead you now have Wes as a really big target on your back. We are not on CBS. This is not Big Brother. Julie Chen Moonves is not coming on the challenge. She will not make an appearance, so stop fucking playing like it's Big Brother. This is the challenge. Welcome, Fessy. You can't talk your way out of everything, okay? Sometimes you're gonna have to buck up and show what you actually got. I love that Cam and Kyle are partners because Cam came in at the right time and shut Kyle up, and that is what we needed, because I feel like Kyle was just gonna start digging his own grave, and while that is good, and I love seeing Kyle riled up, and I love when he talks his shit because he is right, unfortunately, that's also really bad for Cam's game. So I'm glad she came in and stepped up. We get to the 3rd challenge, and it's called Roadkill. There are 2 teams that are going to face each other, and all you have to do is just push the other person off of the truck into the net as fast as you can. Now, the agent that stays on the longest wins, and on top of it, there are no harness. So I like that. TJ had to add that in, like, guys, if you fall off the back of the truck, you're gonna fall off the back of the truck. If you remember last season, they made this whole thing. They were going like fast and furious on that truck, and they were climbing on the side of the truck, grabbing those puzzle pieces. They were going 10 miles an hour. So I'm glad that he said there's no harness. I'm glad they're stepping it up a bit. It needs to be a little more challenging. So we start off, and it's Cam and Kyle versus Nicole and Devin, and they're both doing really well. And then all of a sudden, Nicole's shoulder is popped out of place, right? Like, it looks like this, and this is the bad shoulder, right? So like, imagine this is the normal shoulder, this is the bad one. It looks like this, like it's popped out, right? Or she did some funky ass shit to it, but and now I feel bad for talking shit about her because she got hurt, and that's not what I ever want to do. I never want anyone to get hurt. I want it to be fun and games. I'm just talking shit. Now it's Nani versus Natalie, and this was dope. These girls did not hold back. I really thought Natalie was just gonna toss Nani out off the truck, and that's not what happened. Like, Nani is a scrappy ass girl. Obviously, Natalie at some point was able to get Nani off of the truck, but for the most part, she had a really tough time grabbing her. And Natalie's a tough bitch, so I like to see that the both of them can handle each other. Darrell and Amber, all I'm gonna say is that I love them. The 2 of them, I fucking love them. It was Lolo and Nam and Teresa versus Jay, and I didn't know who to root for. I had no idea who to root for, but Lolo and Nam obviously dominated. We get to Liv and Michi versus Tori and Corey, and I really didn't know what to expect. Michi's really tiny. Liv, I have no idea who she is, but they're fucking scrappy, and I love it. Unfortunately, Liv hurts her elbow or something because Michi tries to grab her to ask her if she's okay, and he accidentally grabs the actual elbow that hurts, and I feel you, Liv. Woo! that shit hurts. Don't be touching, like, don't touch somebody when they're hurt. That is the worst thing you can do. But I hope both Nicole and Liv can come back. Right now they're in the hospital, so we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if they're getting eliminated or if it's just something that's a quick fix and then they can come back into the challenge. But they need to get medically cleared before they can come back. So right now they're at the hospital and we'll find out after. So only 3 teams out of everyone that competed were able to actually complete the challenge. It was Lolo and Nam, Leroy and Casey, and Natalie and Wes. Duh! Now, the fastest team, unfortunately, but fortunately, because I'm on the fence, because half of the team I like, the other half I don't, Leroy and Casey. We're back at the house and we find out that Nicole actually left. All of her things have been packed. We get a clip of her packing her stuff and crying, and I'm really sad to see her go. Nicole, I'm really sorry that you're gone. Like, that fucking sucks. We don't know what happens to Devin. And then we cut into Devin, and Devin starts talking about the fact that his mom is having a really challenging time, and we all know that Dad passed away a few years ago, the last challenge that he was on, and that could really be taking a toll on her. So that really sucks, because y'all making me like Devin right now, and I don't know how y'all did that, but y'all did it, okay? So now I'm liking Devin. Now I feel bad. Now, one of the queens is back. Liv is back, but she has a sling on, so I'm not sure how involved she's going to be in the challenge, but she did mention that she had to get x-rays done. She's waiting for the x-rays to come back, so they let her come back to the house. Nicole was obviously not medically cleared, so she had to leave immediately. This whole fight over pizza, I'm gonna skip over it because it was unnecessary. Josh, you need to stop getting involved. I get it, that's your friend, but I think at a certain point friends can handle their own shit without other friends getting into it. But I understand where you're coming from. I would back up my friends 110,000 million %. However, I'm not gonna go up against CT and talk shit while everybody's drunk and you're talking about an egg sandwich and pizza. Really? Like, that's what we're fighting about? But I am gonna talk about the whole Devin and Josh situation because I'm confused why Josh didn't buck up to CT like he did buck up to Devin. So I know that whole situation with Laurel and Josh and CT was a big deal. So I wonder if that's the reason why Josh does not want to go up against CT, and so he was just talking shit and then just walked away. Devin got involved and he just keeps saying that Big Brother sucks and eat my ass and ha ha ha. We get to the chamber and Leroy and Casey get to see that the compromised agents are Devin and Nicole, or I guess just Devin. We don't know what it's gonna be. The girl went home, so it might be a guy's elimination, but we've already had 2 guys eliminations back to back. It's elimination time. TJ tells us that it is definitely Devin and Nicole, so Devin comes down. And then Leroy and Casey pick Wes and Natalie, which is really annoying to me because this is now the 3rd time that they have to go down, or the 2nd time they have to go down, and I don't get it, why they keep picking Wes and Natalie. Natalie's a really strong competitor. Wes is Wes, like, what the fuck? I get it, but I don't. And then on top of that, Devin and Wes are really good friends, so like now you're pitting friends against each other. I'm just really upset that Leroy and Casey picked Wes and Natalie, and Wes is also visibly upset. Wes and Leroy are boys. They've been boys since the beginning. TJ tells us that because Nicole cannot move on and continue, that it obviously has to be a guy's elimination, which means that it's Wes versus Devin. So he asks Leroy, do you want this skull? And Leroy basically says no. So I'm confused as to what the point is of winning these daily challenges if you're not gonna put yourself in there. I don't get it. I don't get it. No one has done it. It doesn't make sense. So it's Devin versus Wes, and it's called snapping point. Basically, you guys are tethered together. You need to run in a zigzag formation through these poles and push the button that's at the end. Obviously, because you're zigzagging, the rope is gonna get tighter and tighter, and then you pull your opponent so that you can press your button. First to do so wins. Now, the reason why this sucks is because it's friend versus friend. I love seeing people who hate each other go at it and take each other out, but when it's friend versus friend, it doesn't seem all that fun. It doesn't seem like the other person's into it, and someone always gives up. That's what really gets to me, and I can tell that Wes is not in this game. He's emotionally not there. He's going against his friend. He understands that A, he's very wealthy, B, his friend really needs it, C, his friend is going through so much right now. He says, Devin's my best friend. Like, I'm going against my best friend. I'm going to lose regardless of what happens. You know, Devin gave a very emotional speech, and you got me, Devin. I fucking like you now. What the fuck is happening? Now, Devin wins, and Wes goes home, which is very sad and unfortunate. But Devin gets to pick his partner now, so he needs to decide, is he gonna take Natalie because Wes is gone, or is he gonna infiltrate anyone else? he decides, because he's, again, smart, he's gonna infiltrate Tori and Corey. Now, the reason for this is because the two of them, Devin and Tori, did a show together a few years ago, and they were competing against each other, and it was kind of like a mini challenge, and Devin won. So Devin and Tori were always butting heads, and Devin is aware that he is outside of the alliance, and in order to be inside the alliance, you need someone on your side. That's Tori. So he takes Tori. So that means that Corey is now with Natalie, and Tori is now with Devin. This was a really okay episode. I don't know. I'm sad Wes is gone. I give Wes a lot of shit, but I really like to see him in these challenges. And I know his time is slowly coming to an end, but I really don't want it. And if that means adding Fessy to the roster and taking away Wes, please, MTV, Challenge Gods, Mark, Long, wherever you are, whoever has the power, please take Fessy away and keep Wes. That's all I'm saying. Like, if it's between Fessy and Wes, you know where I'm going with this. All right, guys. What did you guys think about this episode? Were you sad that Devin won? Were you happy that Devin won? How do you feel about Big T and CT or Fessy and his bitch assness? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.